Show. What's in your cup?
That's right, y'all. The Kickback Show, thekickbackshow.com. The best thing to happen to your life. Going down every single Monday. We got a brand new episode for you. We just getting underway with season 7. And we in this thing. I go by the name of DJ Swivel. Anything less will be unswivelized. And she is...
Organic blackberry, tastes like it sounds, sound like it tastes. It's amazing.
There it is there. And shout out to Tiana Giovanna, the homie Big Foz. They both dealing with some family stuff. So we holding down the fort, and super blessed and fortunate to have on our first guest of the year. I met this young, talented individual back, I think it was like back in July when she came through and blessed the microphone and the virtual performance for the second episode of Raw Stream. And then even came back on, I think on like, was it episode 4, Lisah, for
Deltron.
With Deltron? Yeah. So Lisah Monah is in the building. She's got a brand new project she's here to talk about. So welcome.
Thank you guys, Lisah Monah, aka She's Dope.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, you could tell by the shirt she got on. That's for sure.
New merch.
New merch alert.
Right.
Alert.
Brandy caught that off top. So tell us a little bit about the shirt.
You know what? This is what I would like to call my evolution. Because, you know, I do the big chop. I'm getting used to it. It's going on a couple months now to cut all my hair off. I had a cartoon image of myself before. And so it was like my homage to that. This is the new Lisah Monah. So anytime you see this, even if you don't see the name, you'll know the
Yeah,
face.
we know what that is. What sparked the chop?
I got tired of all the maintenance, the upkeep of trying to keep your hair healthy. You know, if I stress, you'll see it in my hair. And the longer it got more difficult to maintain. And
It was definitely laid at Raw Stream. I think that was late.
I just got tired of it, sis. And then, like, if I do decide to get a weave, that's expensive.
Yeah.
Doing it yourself, you got to get up extra early. I mean, everything that came with having a lot of hair, I was over it. So I kept saying, I'm gonna cut it. And one day I woke up and was like, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah, that's dope.
You caught me off guard a little bit because, like, you know, like Brandy mentioned, the hair was flowing on the first episode of Raw Stream that you came in, and then when you came to do the guest appearance, I didn't recognize you at first because it was all on.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
So what? Okay, I'm about to jump right into all my questions. Go ahead, keep going.
No, go ahead.
I just want to know, I'm so grateful to have this time to talk to you. What inspired the fearlessness of your bars?
The type of women that I grew up listening to when I started getting into music. It was like the 90s. I'm a 90s, like for when I was alive, that's my favorite era.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, MC Lyte, Latifah, Yo-Yo, like all the sisters that was spitting were aggressive, you know, it's a male-dominated industry, and you can do the sassy stuff, but the aggression was more appealing to me, you know, because I felt like we can do it too. We can hang with the fellas, you know, and y'all get the cipher going, we gonna jump in, but you know, there was more to us, and I like that about it. So, and it stuck with me to this day.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that's pretty evident just with the first song clicked up. Like as soon as you started flowing on that song, I'm like, oh man, she's bringing it out the gate.
Right.
You know, like that was one thing that just like immediately. I mean, obviously I knew because your performance on Raw Stream, but yeah, just like you didn't waste any time just getting right into it and letting people know like how you can get busy on the microphone. So
when I did that song, Swivel, I was already in the mood.
Oh, okay.
If you listen to the you know, you paying attention to the lyrics, obviously, you'll see that what kind of mood I was in. You know, just tired of people, you know, being fake. You know, because like I'm the type of person where I think it's enough light for everybody to shine. But for some reason, I'm a threat. You know, when it comes to me, they don't want nobody to see me or hear me. Like, they might like her more. You know, I've had that before. You know, so by the time I wrote Clicked Up, I was like, you know what, I'm done with it. I'm not, y'all want to do y'all thing, do your thing.
So you know how like you can get inspired by things, but you still don't have that, like, there's still that one piece of like action, completion, whatever, execution to actually do it. So it's like, okay, I received that you was listening to the strong women, but there's your words. You choose certain words. You choose to carry yourself and just, I don't know. I just maybe that answer wasn't good. I'm like, give me more.
Substance.
There it is. Yeah.
Substance. That's another thing too. I think about what I'm gonna say before I write it down. To me, when I was listening to music, people were always, you weren't just rapping, you was talking about something. And so that's always been my thing. Like, what is this song gonna be about? You can't just be up there going bar to bar. Is there a point to this song? What are you trying to convey? And then how do you want people to perceive you? Do you want them to respect you or look at you more how you look? And that was my thing too. You know, I want them to listen to what I have to say. Like, it's not just about my appearance, you know, because that's what's in right now. And that's kind of like my challenge. You know, women, they want us to over sexualize, and that's just never been my thing.
Yeah.
You know?
You mentioned kind of sort of feeling like you were coming across or was a potential threat, you know, as far as like it kind of being a male dominated industry. Like when did you kind of first really get the sense of like, that's how, you know, some of the people in the industry were kind of looking at you as a threat, and then, but at the same time, kind of realize like, okay, they feel I'm a threat because I'm really good at what I do. Like, was there kind of like a specific moment that when that sort of happened, or you?
I seen it years back, just doing shows with certain people, and especially if the people I'm doing shows with happen to be part of putting the show together. You'll see the amount of exposure that they put you out to promote, opposed to themselves or other people that's a part of their camp. You know, something as simple as a flyer. Right. Everybody's name is huge, or everybody's picture is huge, and then your name's right in the corner on the bottom, and they may or may not have a picture. Everybody's mic sounds right, but all of a sudden there's some distortion when it's your turn to go up. You know, just little things I've been picking at, or even something as simple like now as whenever somebody has a new project out, you know, I'll share their music. Like, check out this person. And you can see people in your stories, but when you got something going on, they not sharing your stuff. Right. They're not sharing your music. They're not saying, check, you know, sis out or whatever. Showing, I'm not getting that reciprocation. You know, it's not being reciprocated at all. I could see it, you know, and then like, you know, going to sessions, I went to an all-female session, you know, I felt it. It's like, dang, it's like that. Like, for
really
real.
like that.
Yeah, for what though? Because I always big, like, I'm woman power all the way. That empowerment part for me is huge. So I'm definitely, especially if you're talking about something, you know, I don't mind sharing a light with my sisters, but you know,
well, you know, it's funny you say that. I don't know how true that is to be this phrase I'm gonna say, but they say, what's the darkness without the light? What's the light without the dark? Like, you got to see them both to be able to see them both. So it makes perfect sense why you would be shining so bright, because you got to be around darkness.
Yeah, we need that light.
So like when you say that, like, substance is like, are you someone who you channel the immediate life for your projects, or are you conceptual? Like, what is your flow, I guess I could say?
It's usually personal experiences. And then I look at like people who go through similar things than me that might want to hear somebody talk about it.
Okay.
You know, I could be in a conversation with somebody and it could be something I could relate to. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna do a song about that. Or it could be, you know, I have a song, nothing like my ex. where a new guy is in my life, you know, and I've dealt with dudes in the past that couldn't handle the amount of attention I got from music. I hope you're nothing like this person, because this is how I am. This is a part of me. And this is what was going on before you and I met.
Yeah.
You know,
So
so
it's autobiography and music.
Yeah, everything I talk about is like legitly, it's either happened, what I'm going through. Like it's not something I'm just coming up with.
Yeah,
I'm telling you the story.
Has that been a very big challenge for you as far as like relationships? Like you said, like, you know, you were getting attention in the spotlight, so to speak, prior to meeting somebody, and then but they couldn't handle it. It was too much. I know I, you know, dealt with it a couple of times as far as like just on a much lower scale, you know, what DJing is concerned, like, you know, being in a club and a female will come up to like request a song, just that song that she wanted to hear and her and her friends wanted to dance to, but having jealousy issues of, you know, whatever female I was dating at the time, see somebody come up and just simple as a song request. So I can only imagine, like, on a bigger scale, like, for you, was it something that you kind of experienced with like all your relationships, or maybe just one, or like
Two.
Mm-hmm.
I've only had 3 serious relationships, and I dated in between. Dates,
I'm with you, sis. I only had 2 with you. Right with you.
Right. Right. And, you know, people you date, you don't really give a shit how they feel. But when you're in a serious relationship, you know, my first boyfriend, for him, it was more like he just really brushed the whole thing off. Like he didn't really care that I was doing music. Like, oh, you know, okay, that's cool, blah, blah, blah. He was more selfish. The second guy was at questions. Why is you saying this? Why are they all in your face? You know, I need to be, you can't be at everything. You know what I'm saying? And I'm questioning me. But I'm married, and my husband is like the total opposite, where he was like, that's dope, you know? He was proud, like, that's my wife. You know?
So how are you maneuvering through dealing with men literally like intimidated by your, I don't know what to call it, like, you know, you get into spirituality sense, they'll say like your inner masculine, and they're battling with it, they're comparing themselves and all that. Like, how do you interact with guys when you're just like, bro, I get it, I'm the better man, I get it, but like, you know, like.
The crazy part about that is I haven't really met any cats that made me feel inferior, if that makes any sense. For me, my issue with dudes has been trying to holler in return for something. Like, what are you gonna do for me? What are you gonna give me? I've had, you know, deals on the table, like for real. And they like straight up, are you fuckable? Like that was the exact verbatim with one of the labels.
One of the labels?
Warner Brothers.
Oh my God.
So we were going back and forth with the contract, and we was pretty much, you know, got everything to where everybody agreed, you know. And they invited me to a video shoot, and the guy was, you know, he asked me that. I, you know, couldn't do it. So, and then another label was like, well, we don't want money. What are you going to do for us? And we don't want money. What are you going to give me? We don't want money. So, you know, stuff like that, you know, that was my issue.
But you're not supposed to be giving the labels money anyway. They're supposed to be paying you. Like,
they'll say studio time, anything they could think of, you know. We don't want that. We want something else, obviously. And sometimes, you know, it's like, how far would I be if I had done it? But then how would I feel about myself?
Right. And it probably would have been trash anyways. Anybody that got to fucking bully you into fucking is like, you have no dick, no stroke, whack. Like, get the fuck out of here, fucking weirdo.
It's a trip.
It's what's curious to me is, like, that makes me think how many female artists have been, you know, put in that predicament. Because this is like, you're probably one of the first female artists who I've heard say that, as far as coming from something as high as like, you know, a label rep. Like I could get, you know, a producer or whatever, you know, club promoter or something like that. But, you know, something as far as like a record label rep or executive or whatever the case, like, that's the first time I've heard something like that, and I'll
never forget it. I will never forget it. I mean, down to the man's first and last name. Because
Man,
that broke my heart. Because when you work so hard for something, you think you're finally there. Like, damn, it's finally about to happen. And then you slap me with that.
I mean, yeah,
And then, that broke me down for a while. I was like, I'm not doing music no more, because I've quit a couple of times. But when that happened, I was super done because I didn't know what to do. I was like, if this is what it's going to be like, I don't even know what I'm working for at this point. And, indie wasn't really that big yet. Everybody still needed support from a label.
right.
It's not like it is now, or it wasn't like
Right,
it is.
right.
I can only imagine like the level of like, disrespect and kind of demeaning feeling that would have come from that. Yeah, like you said, like that, I wouldn't be surprised at all that would kind of take all motivation out of you to want to continue pursuing something like this. Like that's crazy.
You meet slimy cats all the time, but some of them give you, you can tell body language, the way they look at you. But when they say it, like,
it's still like, what? Like,
right.
You literally feel like they spit on you in your mouth.
Yeah. Like,
what? So how do you, and I get it, art is art. Like, I'm gonna say this like really from the core of me, art is art. I respect anybody's art. But how do you feel when you are someone who prefers substance in your art with the way that females can be depicted or choose to be depicted? Let's say that, because they choosing this shit.
Yeah, right.
And then like and then indie wasn't a thing, now it's a thing, but then everybody got their ass out. So it's like, how are you maneuvering now?
My only frustration with that is they get the most exposure. Because my thing is this, we need versatility. When I'm in the club, I might want to hear that ratchet shit. I'm with my girlfriends or whoever. But we need to have some variety in there. So don't make it seem like if you're going to be a woman and you want to rap, this is how you need to sound. Because the fellas can do whatever the fuck they want to. But this is your life right here, girlfriend. That's my only issue with that. Because sis don't have to rap like me. We probably have different influences, different interests, the whole nine. And that's cool with me. It ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
And I just want the same opportunity that you have. That's my issue. And it's not even, to be honest, I don't even think it's their fault. I did hear Cardi B say, like, she was on her IG or something, and she said something like, well, that's what I talk about because that's what y'all want to hear.
Yeah, I remember.
But sometimes I'm confused, like, okay, are you doing it because they want to hear it, or is that's what you about? That's confusing.
I appreciate, anybody that speaks up when they need to speak up, but like, take accountability. You're not doing that shit because that's what they want to hear. You're doing that shit because you like the way your bank look. Like, that's cool. Own that shit. It's cool. It don't matter.
Yeah, you ain't gotta do what I'm doing. It would be boring if we all did the same shit.
Yeah.
It's like watching the same movie over, and I don't need all that.
Yeah, different angles, same ass movie.
Yeah. You need a little bit of everything.
For me, like I kind of been the same way, like, whether female or male artists, like, if there's not a whole lot of substance, to their material, like I tend not to play it or support it, like as a DJ, and more, I think more so from the female side, because like I don't want to see only female artists, like, like Brandy said, ass out all over the place, just degrading themselves, and just females in general, especially now having, 2 daughters, like, we don't need to keep promoting it, and especially when it's only, women of color being portrayed that way. Like, we don't see any female artists, any Caucasian female artists, like, really, denigrated like that. It's just, we need to move past that, and like you said, Lisah, like, get more variety.
We're out there, Rhapsody, right? Rhapsody.
Yeah, I know, and it's shocking that people don't really like know about people, but it's like, how do you maneuver through? Like, how do you continue? I mean, I get that you're just gonna keep creating, but like, how do you weave through this?
I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Still trying to figure it out. Anytime I have an opportunity to be seen and heard, I'm gonna jump on it. That's the start right there. And of course, putting the content out there.
Okay.
You know, people gonna find you eventually, and I think word of mouth is still super big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like somebody can actually tell you. You know what I'm saying? It means more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think that's really the most trusted, because then they get to go accountability somebody like, you told me, you know.
Well, speaking of content, you know, the album, The Most Famous Unknown, is out right now. And so I want to get into, you know, one of the songs off the project, and, you know, then we can come back and talk a little bit more about the album. What, Lisah, if you got to pick, you know, right now, just the first song that comes to your head off the album, which do you want to play?
Clicked Up is my go-to right away. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll run that right now, ladies and gentlemen. Lisah Monah is in here. The album is called The Most Famous Unknown. This song we're about to get into is called Clicked Up. This song, like I said earlier, it goes. She's bringing the flow. So we're going to talk more about the album right after this. So it is the Kickback Show, thekickbackshow.com. Snitch.
Lisah Monah, beat Monah. For new and exclusive music, listen to the Kickback Show.
Everybody wanna be a rapper nowadays. Don't wanna do the work, but they wanna get the pay. Every chick spittin', claiming she slay, tryna blind my light, but I'm cool in the shade. Ain't worried about y'all, gotta focus on me. Making my beats and smoking my weed. Had to learn shit, that's on GP. Yeah, they wanna help, but ain't nothing free. I ain't even the homies charging feet. I'm mad. Yeah, get your paper, G. I'm glad. See, we independent. You got to stay out your business. You got to stay out your feelings. Cutthroat, that term is the realest. That's why I'm tryna build my own. Lisah Monah in the building.
The Kickback Show. What's in your cup?
Kickback Show, thekickbackshow.com. We got very special guest, Lisah Monah, in the building, talking about her recent project that just came out, The Most Famous Unknown. And Lisah, like you initially put the album out just like on your website, like exclusively.
Yeah.
And then just recently put it on all streaming platforms. Like, what was kind of like the method behind the madness as far as keeping it like exclusive to the website first before going to, you know, all these streaming platforms, which is usually like the default that, you know, artists do?
Well, my thing is, I read a lot, especially about the business. You know, being independent, you should know a lot of things. And I'm unhappy with the way that we get paid.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to work a day job. So all that money that goes into these projects come out of my pocket, right? So I gotta pay a distributor to distribute my music to you, right? And then I gotta pay to keep that music on those streaming platforms, because once you stop paying your distributor, they can take your music from those stores.
Yeah.
So that's already paying you twice for something they already have an agreement with these streaming platforms, but you still paying them already. They're already taken care of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing this to say you the only one making money, and it's my music.
Right.
So y'all get the money. I get all these thousands of streams. You know, you get artists. I got 11,000. I got 12,000. How much was your deposit? $5 and some change. I didn't make none of my money back. So I just think that's unfair. You know what I'm saying? No matter what streaming platform you getting your music on, you're not making no money unless you're like way up there. Right. So my thing is this: all that money I invested into this project, I want to make my money back first. Then the streaming platforms can have it, but you're not gonna be the first one to get paid off of something I worked on. So that was my whole thing. So I made all my money and then some from sales, like actual album sales. And then once I was satisfied, I put it out.
Come on now, Goosebumps. Come on.
Now, so I'm glad you broke it down like that, because it's been something that I've actually been trying to, you know, help enlighten artists, particularly like, you know, Mark and I have been talking about it on our Raw stream episodes and all that kind of stuff. Like,
I told Mark when I was building my website about that. I was like, this is what I'm doing and this is why. Because he was asking me, why, you know, like, this is why.
And again, like, you even gave some more details that like I wasn't necessarily privy to, as far as like continuing to have to pay to keep, you know, the music up on these platforms. And that's what I think a lot of people don't understand. And, you know, the pennies on the dollar, you know, or portions of a penny on the dollar per stream that, you
Portions
know,
of a penny.
like,
Portions of
can do
a penny.
that.
you know,
Who
so
you can make 0.0017 cents.
right, like it's insane that how much you guys are just getting robbed as artists. And so you know, when I found out you were putting it on your website first, I was like, okay, she definitely knows what she's doing, and I'm extremely happy to hear that, like, it was a successful move for you. So
It was a great idea. The album was much anticipated, obviously. So
right,
due to the sales, and it's still being bought right now.
yeah,
You know, even though it's out right now, people are still buying it. And the cool thing is like, if I decide, because, you know, I don't know like who uses, like people use TuneCore, DistroKid,
right,
whoever you're using. Like TuneCore, you're probably paying like $10 a month. If you cancel that subscription, all your stuff's coming out of the store. So if I ever decide I don't want to work with a distributor no more,
yeah,
my music is on my site. Like, you don't have to go nowhere else anyway. And now I have a digging in the crates. So like when I was like 18 years old, over the past 10, 15 years, you can go on my digging in the crates now and hear what I sounded like before I became Lisah Monah. So that's like the new thing I put on my website. It's pretty cool. So all my fans from like back in the day are like tripping out, like, oh, I remember this song, you know?
That's what's up.
The growth and the elevation, you know?
Let everybody know the website, just so, you know, all our listeners and viewers can make sure they go directly to the website to check everything out.
Yeah, the website is lisahmonah.com. Lisah is Lisah, Monah, Monah. So lisahmonah.com. You go on there and watch videos, listen to my entire catalog. I'm still adding to it, but right now I probably have like 44, 45 songs on there.
Nice.
From back in the day. And then that also includes like maybe 29 from that I put out over the last couple of years. Pictures. You can tip me. I got a tip jar on there.
Okay. When did you do the website?
I did my website what is the word I'm looking for? I put it out for the public. I made it public on December 4th.
Okay, yeah, because I feel like I just seen somebody shout it out, like, this is what you can do when you are your own boss or something like that. Did somebody tag you and shout you out like that?
Mark did that.
Yeah. Who? Yeah.
Mark W.
Mark W. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. I went to the thing and I was scrolling. And I was like, what is this? I thought I didn't look because I think it was like late at night, and I just thought because you had that visual on there, right? I just thought it was
that was my digging in the craze. He was
artist. What is that? A gallery, because it's like it looks very artistic.
I did it myself, believe it or not. That's why it took a little bit. It took me a few weeks because I had to figure out how to build a website and make sure SEOs are all up. Yeah, but I did it myself. So, and then I sell beats on there too. So, you know, I produce my music. I produce those beats. So that whole album and the album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a couple singles. I produce it.
Okay.
I taught myself how to produce one summer. I use Ableton Live. I got tired of buying beats. I got tired of waiting on people to do stuff for me. Everything that you get tired or you paying somebody else to do, if you can figure out how to do it yourself, I would highly recommend it. Like, seriously. You know, people ask a lot of questions. They'll be my DM. How did you do this? How did you get I have my Pandora radio station. Like, you go on Pandora, you can actually listen to a Lisah Monah radio station. How do you do that? What I did was I looked it up. How can you do it? So it's like, people, you guys got to do the work. If you really, really want to do this, you're going to be independent, read, learn, you know, make sure you're registered on everything you can and make sure you get all of your royalties. There's different types of royalties you can get. So I just sit and read and figure it out. Learn how to use these programs, do your own beats, learn how to record yourself. I mean, because let's be honest, you know, a lot of people be on their own time, and if you have a relationship with certain people, they may not treat you like they treat other customers. Like, just because you know me, don't mean you can drag your feet. Like, I need my stuff done, and I want that same quality.
Man, say that again for the people. Like, what is that? Why we treat our friends like that? Like, what's that?
I don't know, man.
And it's not a black thing. It's really not. It's not.
It's not, man. So I don't know.
With that type of like wherewithal, like what sparked you to be like, I'm about to do this myself? Like, are you just a knack like that, or?
I've always been a ambitious person anyway, but just, you know, year after year, just different relationships you have with people, you get tired of shit. And things that I didn't think I would do, I just like one day was like, I'm gonna figure out how to do it because this is not cool. Like, I was getting frustrated to the point where if I want to still be friends with this person, I need to stop the business part of it, or we're not gonna have a relationship at all.
Yeah,
it's not like that with certain people, and I just noticed things like that's not cool. Like, I don't like waiting on people and I feel disrespected. Like, that's just disrespectful. Like, you know, you can't just treat me like that because we're friends. Like, I expect the same quality.
Right.
Of doing business with you. You getting paid, ain't you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I thought.
Am I asking for too much? I don't know.
I don't know. I only know everything about you. Like, I would think you would hook, like, I don't know. I actually think the opposite. Like, I get that, you know, you shouldn't be like doing something to get something, but because I'm so big on accountability and I'm such a high, that's just big for me. I would think that of you paying a friend would make them want to go above and beyond, because it's like, man, you're helping me not have to go work for somebody else. So
yeah, and honestly, you can keep getting my money had you been right, you know.
Man,
it's coming to you, but at some point, you know, there's certain things that you should be able to do for yourself. I mean, at least try. You know, if you're tired of something, make a change it.
Right.
I respect that. I'm grooving it. I'm grooving, guys. I'm on Sweet.
Oh yeah, honey. That's my song too. I got a lot of favorites on that album.
Yeah, I thought I had a favorite too until it just keeps switching. So gonna let it be what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, you know. So yeah, that's what's up with. That's where the site came from. Basically, Swivel was just you know, making sure that I got what I deserve, the hard work that I put in.
As you should. Yeah, no, as you should, as far as like that whole website situation. I'm like I said before, like I'm glad it's been extremely successful for you, and I hope that, you know, any other like young artists out there, you know, watching or listening right now is taking notes and can kind of follow your lead. You know what I'm saying? You mentioned, I didn't even know this about you. You mentioned that you were doing your own production as well. So when it comes to making your music, are you kind of more come up with the beat first and then kind of put lyrics to it, or do you get like the lyrics or like you know, a hook or a melody in your head for the song and then kind of try to match a beat to it?
I like building the beat first.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the beat tells me what I need to talk about, and the beat kind of is in control of the cadence I use. Because I think you follow the beat better, you know what I'm saying, more than
you definitely ride beats for real.
Yeah.
You know, right? Because you can have the lyrics and the melody, and I think that's cool too. But for me, it works better to ride the beat. You know,
Go ahead, girl. It's your show.
I think it gives you that feeling. That feeling comes from how the beat feels. That's for me.
It's funny too, because you do switch it up, and it's like sometimes you could be like, oh, that sounds like, and it's like, no, this is what it looks like when you have that type of a sound, and it just so happens that you have different sounds that fit in other people's only genres. You know what I mean? Like they pocket themselves, but you have like they're all on one project.
Yeah.
when you're creating that beat, like, do you like, okay, so say if you were doing the, damn, what's that one that's my shit? Sweet, I think it is. If you're creating, you know, a sweet, are you like, I'm feeling this vibe? Or if you're going, you're like, oh, this is going in that direction. Like, and then you go to that, like when you're creating the beat, how's that process?
Sometimes it's a sound that I find. Like it start off with a sound. If I find a nice sound and I could like, cause I don't know how to play the piano too well. I'm more one of those people that just knows how to kind of flow with a couple of keys, you know what I'm saying? This key, okay, this sound good coming out, you know what I'm saying? I need to work on that part. I'll be real with you. But if I do find a sound, I know how to make it work. And so with Sweet, I was already in love with that. Let me put some snaps in there, like, ooh,
yeah.
The grown and sexy folks, like, we like to snap, we like to feel, we move to it.
Yes.
Because it was feeling good, so I wanted the whole thing to just feel good. Sometimes when I make a beat, I'm thinking about what if this artist called me and was like, oh, I'm looking for a track. What does this artist like to flow to? Like me and Mark Dub did Black Skin. That beat, when I made it, I was thinking about if Kendrick Lamar ever called me and say, yo, Lisah, you got any beats I can hear? Here you go, Kendrick.
That makes
Sweet, right? Sweet, I was thinking of Rick Ross.
Okay, so now look, I got a question. So what was you thinking about with Can't Touch Me?
Can't Touch Me. Oh, because the artist I was working with, because I wanted to do a song with Deltron Black. He's on there. And Deltron is so just, his music kind of like gully to me. Like,
yeah.
So when I was working on that track, I was thinking, okay, what sound like something they'll get on and just fuck it up.
And
so
what about Pull Up? Them is my ones.
Pull Up. We needed a 2-step song.
Okay,
West Coast, West. I was thinking of YG. I ain't gonna be honest.
I feel that.
Yeah, I was thinking YG, and then my cousin's on there, and I was like, what would my cousin like? You know what he would like. So
that's okay.
And Pull Up, I also feel like is one of those ones that you know, if you got a sound system in the car, that just makes like your whole rear view mirrors just vibrate out of where you can't even see out the back anymore.
Fun. I needed a fun song because I like when I'm having a good time, you know, I get my Hennessy. I'm a Hennessy drinker. But I just discovered bourbon whiskey, which I like. And you know, my flower, you know what I'm saying? So that combination go good with some Pull Up. Like it's going down by 11. This is what we doing.
Man, that thing right there. It's funny too because it's the same as Raw Stream. Like when I hear you for the first time, it's like it's the first time, but it always catches me off guard. Like I don't know, you know, like how you be coming, because they'll be like, wait, turn that up, run it back, hold on, say it again. I need it again.
I'm so different in person too. Stage me, like I'm Mimi, you know, off stage, and my personality is so. I'm so chill.
Yeah.
But it's like an alter ego to Lisah. Like I can't wait to show people what I'm about to do. I'm really confident in my ability to perform. And I gotta tell you, Swivel, man, my first time on Raw Stream, I was so disappointed on the performance on my end. And only because I had drank something. I had a green tea. I love green tea. And I guess it was too cold. That's the only thing I can think of because it jacked up my voice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It kept cracking and I couldn't like give it to, you know, the way I wanted to. And every time I watched that performance, I'm like, this song would have been so much better if my voice was in order. It was bad. So when I came back with Deltron, I had chip on my shoulder.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see it like when you know you crept up onto the stage, like it was like boom, like here's a massive jolt of energy for that ass, like. But not to like deter anybody who hasn't seen episode 2 of Raw Stream. Like still,
it's lit as fuck.
Yeah, still go back and watch it. And I know Mark and I've been talking about like because Mark really wants to do an all-female showcase episode on Raw Stream. So like I'm sure you're going to be one of the automatic go-tos that that we call for that. So like
I would love that.
Yeah, we'll have you back on for sure. Since we've been talking several songs off the album, let's get into another record. So Brandy, why don't you pick this time?
Don't mind if I do. I'm gonna go with
I know, because we named off a bunch like between.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Y'all hear me name them. I'm gonna go to the ones y'all ain't heard me name.
Okay.
Let's go to Neutral.
Okay.
Oh, Neutral. Okay.
And so speaking of which, Neutral, correct me if I'm wrong, Lisah, you performed that on Raw Stream, correct?
I did.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, why the spelling, the way it's spelled?
Because it's like a new sound that's popular right now, and I'm neutral with it. Like I'm not. It's a combination of neutral and new.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm cool with the new sound, and I can like maybe do some music, like as far as music arrangements, but my delivery is gonna be way.
Yep. Appreciate the what is that? Affirmation? I don't know.
The explanation, the breakdown.
But like, just like even when artists are that curated to do their words like that, like all of that is just super appreciated to people who genuinely love art. Like,
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Well, there it is there, ladies and gentlemen. This song is called Neutral, spelled Newtral, featuring Smoke 3. And this is off Lisah Monah's album, The Most Famous Unknown. It's everywhere, all streaming platforms, but do her one better. Go to the website, lisahmonah.com. Purchase that thing.
It's worth it.
Yeah, because she put the work in, so it's only right, all right?
That's right.
So yeah, the Kickback Show, thekickbackshow.com. Let's get into this song, Neutral.
For new and exclusive music, to the Kickback Show.
You see me growing while they stay the same. History repeat itself at the same time. We making change. Kinda like that saying the same shit, but a different day. Acting like they came with it, but it's something we said in a different way. Who you trying to play? Bae, I put it down on mine all day. It's Lisah Monah, black eyes if you know me from back in the day. Always been on my grizzle. Now I want more than a little. Give me what you owe and give me some more, cause I ain't playing, nigga.
The Kickback Show. What's in your cup?
There it is there, the Kickback Show, thekickbackshow.com, as OGB is conveniently showing you guys on the screen for those who are watching. The album is the Most Famous Unknown. Lisah Monah is our special guest. We just came out of Snappin', which is on the album, and you were mentioning off air, Lisah, that this was like a super last minute addition to the album. Like, how did that whole situation kind of pan out?
Yeah, it was. There was this other song that was going to be on the album called "I'm So Cool," and when I was listening to it, I wasn't satisfied with how it came out. Like sometimes we hear things one way, and sometimes it's hard to put that vision out exactly how you heard it. That was one of those songs, and I was sitting on Snappin', the beat for Snappin'. I had made that so I could sell it on my website, but I actually liked it a whole lot. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just use this beat right here. So the night before I was gonna put my album out, I literally just sat down for a couple hours, wrote it and recorded it, just added it to the album.
Man,
it's like one of the top 3 right now.
It's hard. Now I'm gonna correct. I don't know who I'm correcting. I felt like we said that you could stream it, but it's $10. Okay. So you can stream it, but download, buy it, like it's $10. Like I'll kick you in your throat. It's $10. Like
it's not a lot. It's gonna go buy Popeyes tonight. Just go on and give it to come on.
Y'all come.
I mean, what is that? Like that's one less trip to freaking Starbucks, or you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and it's music that because you purchased it, you could, you know, live with it forever. Like
honestly, you can't even get a real good meal at fast. Like I don't eat fast food, but if I did, you can't get a good meal for fast food for $10. Like you really can't. Not the one you want. You go get the small one, but it's you go sacrifice something. So
I come from the days when we bought CDs. I didn't think twice about it. You like something, you gonna buy it.
Heck yeah.
And CDs were $21.99, $24.99 back then.
Yep.
And that was back in the day. And we was younger. I know I for sure didn't have no job. I don't even remember how I was getting it. Like, I don't even remember. But I had them all.
Man, I'm loving this conversation. Like this has been outstanding. Like this is You know,
I appreciate this. Yeah.
this is Black girl magic at its finest right here. Just the energy on this interview is freaking
Thank
amazing.
you. Can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
I wanted to go back to when we were talking about the platforms and how they pay the artists out. I was having a conversation with my husband about it, and I was telling him, at this rate, they should be offering more. Like, if you're not going to chip us off, like, put us on these popular playlists and give us a chance to kind of accumulate some of this bread back. If you're not going to pay us well, you know what I'm saying? Give us opportunity to build these streams.
right.
Because those popular playlists, they don't have it. A lot of us are not on there. You know what I'm saying? So you're not even giving us a chance to make our money back. That's why we have people in our DM all the time trying to get us to pay to be, so they can throw us on the playlist somewhere.
Right.
$50, I'll add you on this playlist. I got this.
Yeah.
You got to do all that. Well, I just spent money already to get it on there. Like, y'all should automatically do it. Even if just for a couple of days, let people catch wind that we out there. Put us all, put the next artist on there, but make it worth my while.
Right.
I'm not doing it just to say, just stream it at this point.
I know that real people are managing these playlists in the beginning. I don't know if they're doing maintenance on it, but it's like anybody who knows music knows, like, you could really only want to, like, the real popular stuff. Like, I don't go to those playlists to listen to the popular songs. The motherfuckers is everywhere. So it's like, it's a lot of independent artists. So I get it. It's a lot of y'all, and they gonna do the whole, it's a lot, blah, blah. But it's like, rotate them out. Like, give them who gets the most views. Put them in one, you know what I'm saying? And don't showcase it as no disrespect, but like, don't showcase it as it's not on the caliber of a Drake or a Beyonce. It's the same. Like, all of this is the same. Like, those people are only those people because of their exposure. When people put their life into their music, they deserve to get life back.
Yeah, and like, there a lot of the, well, I don't use the streaming platforms all that much unless I'm going for someone specific. But I find like the popular playlist, like, it already has artists that they've got big record label distributors like behind them, so like they're in your face already. They're artists that are already familiar, and like Brandy said, they're already known. And, and to me, it would seem like it would be well, that, but also like really good business for some of these streaming platforms to showcase these up and coming or independent artists, and anything in between, because like you said, Lisah, like, you guys are the ones who are paying to be on there. And so it would just behoove them to make sure that you're getting showcased and people are seeing and hearing your music and becoming familiar with you, so that it keeps them on the platforms longer, and you get more streams. They're using those platforms more. Like, it's a win-win for everybody, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's a real way to discover new music too. Because I'm tired of hearing the same people, same songs. There's the songs all sound the same. They all sound like they're going through puberty. They're using auto-tune. They all use the same cadence when they rapping. There's like no variety.
Yeah.
In the indie level, that's where the variety is at, and that's why I tap in Pandora a lot, because I think the quality control is better.
They do. I found all my people, like, when I found people, it's been Pandora. Like, I never bought a service from them, so I got off because I got that annoyed by the
ads,
commercials
and limited tips.
Finding people, they send you like real, like, they
really I've been finding some new people. I'll discover a lot, and that's how I heard of Anderson .Paak.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like Pandora be playing some stuff.
Right.
So that's my thing. Like, man, what are we getting for our money? Give us our money.
Pandora is how I found J. Cole. Was J. Cole out before Pandora? Maybe I found J. Cole on the radio. No, I found him on the radio.
I don't know.
But yeah, either way, all I'm saying is that, we can say, I'm gonna also put this back onto the people. Like, if you, like, so we all know that the certified RAAA is like owned by the labels. So it's like, it's not even like these numbers they add and it's their numbers for their people. Like that's not, like, no disrespect to y'all that got plaques, but that ain't shit. This shit ain't real. But like, if we know that that's the case, then we also know that these playlists are gonna keep on keeping on the people that they wanted to keep it on. So it's like, it's on you at this point. Like, if you want to keep on chanting and doing mantras basically to that same ass dumbass music, then okay, just recognize where you're going to be mentally in the world. So just, I would say, like she said, you know what I'm saying? Pandora, what is it? Pandora, but
I like Pandora, and I'm just being totally honest. I haven't told anybody, but I'm like, it's talking about it. I might as well put it out there. I'm over social media. I feel like they tampering with our numbers. There's no reason to be on here 2-3 years and I still got the same amount of followers, and I'm losing them.
Right.
Like those numbers aren't changing. If I post a picture, hundreds of people can see it. But as soon as I post something with some music in the stories, all of a sudden it's 30 people see it. Where are the other?
No, that's a whole thing.
I just seen that last line.
Yeah.
So now you messing with my stuff, and then they block me. They won't let me promote music saying inappropriate. They did something they found on Clicked Up, probably because I said fuck. I said, wait a minute now. What I said was inappropriate, but I just seen some pussy on the Explorer page. Why they still up?
Yeah.
But I can't say fuck in my music. So all this stuff. So what I'm doing right now is I'm setting myself up to where if I want to go on Instagram, it's to share some information, but that is not how I'm going to grow my fan base anymore.
Right.
And as soon as I can, I won't have an account. And I'm just being 100 with you.
As you should.
There's other ways to make some bread in this music because I'm this close to
listen.
It all.
What Garvey was wording out?
I'm done.
Book, like this internet thing, this social media thing is not necessary.
It's not helping me.
No,
it's not helping. It's not done anything for me. If I'm not willing to do the gimmicks and the challenges and show a little TNA, I'm not gonna go nowhere. So obviously, this ain't the place for me.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm right there with you. Like I've scaled way back on like my social media, and I think part of it also like with COVID. Like I think I mentioned this in previous episodes. Like I've been spending a lot more time with family, and so like I think in that process kind of realizing like like I love sort of being aware of what like my friends and colleagues and what another like what everybody's up to and that sort of thing, but at the same time like I'm also not missing out on anything, like because I'm fulfilling it on the other side as far as like life is concerned and my kids.
The ones that matter.
The ones that matter, right? And
honestly, you need to get back to picking up the phone and talking to somebody. Hey, family, you want to know how I'm doing, so you're going to log on Instagram instead of texting me or calling me. You'd rather just do that? That ain't how I'm doing.
That's a bar.
Or recognize that that's the space that you gonna hold, and I'm gonna be a court. We can roll like that. I respect it. If you want to text me when something happened, you want to DM me, cool. If you don't pick up the phone, cool. We don't have that. That's fine. That's not a problem. Like
I was swivel, man. The house. That's the sanctuary.
But you know what? I used to say this all the time. I used to be like, man, I was a very passionate child, okay? So when people used to get on my fucking nerves, I used to be like, read a fucking book. And then it's like, now I got all these fucking books, and I'm like, wow, yeah, it's way better. People should read a fucking book. Yeah. And then it's so crazy that it's like, when you spend more time with yourself, it's not even on some like you don't like people, but you really, really tap into who you really are aligned with. Like, and it's like, it's no disrespect to people. Everybody has a season. We're supposed to learn it, we're supposed to learn what we're supposed to learn. But like, I'm choosing to ascend or not, like whatever I'm choosing to do, it's like, you start to really, it gets quieter. COVID, I don't care what anybody says, like respects to everybody that had it, anybody that passed. It was the best thing that happened. Getting that time to be with yourself, hear yourself. Like everybody got a reset, and they it was almost like they created the because it's a real. I actually almost worked for a company. Like they have real companies that stray the public. Like people that have so many followers, they give them, things to sway people whichever way. That's why these fucking challenges come out, really. Like, and that's when you got to really step back and be like, wait, what's really going on in the world? Like, from the consumption of Instagram, like, it be wars, it be fucking sex trafficking, like, big everywhere else that knows about us, though. They know that it's happening here, but we don't know. So, I don't know. I was going. I just forgot everything I was saying.
You're and actually to both of your ladies' points, like, Lisah, I was kind of the same situation as far as like when I was working in commercial radio. Like, my social media wasn't as big as some of the other DJs, right? But as a DJ, I had more talent than they did. But they're getting radio play strictly because of the size of their social media following. And for me, it's like, what are we really trying to like encourage and do here? Like, are we trying to have like the talented DJs play the music to keep the listeners tuned into that radio station? Or, are we only just putting somebody on because they got a big social media following? And when I wouldn't, necessarily like, brown nose, so to speak, anybody to get put on, they kind of, I remember being looked at a little bit crazy, like, you're not willing to do this. And I'm like, oh, like, I don't need it that bad. I would love to be, I would love to be, and I was on air, like that was my goal, was to be an on-air DJ at a major radio station. I accomplished it. Would I like to be on air more consistently? Of course, but I'm not going to, sell my soul, lower my standards the same way you wouldn't, succumb to the record label trying to say like, well, we're not worried about, money. What else you got? Like, no, like, we're not doing that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
I like to say,
I'm so sorry.
All of my
another.
Oh no, let him on.
4-year-old here.
No, I can't say nothing crazy.
Okay, you mad at me now, y'all? So he needs it. It's about Legos, and so it's gonna be a fight. But Daddy over here, so why did they do that, Squibble? Are you guys intimidating to the children? Is that why they always go to the mama first?
Yeah.
Like, right there, and they will come all the way upstairs to me, and Daddy is right there.
I think it's more just because your mom, like, you birthed them, you nursed them. Like, here my wife is like more so the disciplinarian than I am, but like they still go to mom like before coming.
Oh, okay. So it's just natural gravitational force.
Oh, it trips me out. I was like, don't be afraid, Dad. What if I told you Daddy can pour you some juice too? What if?
That's low, right? Yeah.
If he pours more, he over pours. You're gonna be set.
Right. But actually, that's actually kind of a good segue. I don't know if you, Lisah, have experienced this with your oldest, but I had a conversation recently with my daughter as far as like, we all grew up before social media was as big as it is, so we know how to like operate in and out of both worlds. Like, we don't need social media.
We don't need it.
But these younger generations are so kind of like addicted to it, and the the likes and the acceptance, if you will. So I've been trying to like talk with my 10-year-old like on how not to feel like you have to be accepted by everyone for everything you do or say. I don't know if you're experienced that at all as well, or maybe not. They're not old enough to understand yet. I don't know.
Okay. I have a 6-year-old. He's the oldest.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if we're there yet.
Not yet. No, you ain't there yet.
Yeah. Thank goodness. I mean, our distraction is more like, and that's not even a big distraction, but they do have their tablets.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
more. So we're in the stage where like, okay, let's go outside and play too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we dealing with right now. Cause mommy was at the school. We hopped the wall. Cause y'all, I don't know if y'all know, but I hoop.
Oh yeah.
And, I love basketball. Played my whole life, and up until COVID, I coached girls basketball, middle school, like for the when they play against other schools.
Travel team?
No, just middle school, the intramural.
Oh, okay, intramural. Got it.
In the district, they play against each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So me and my husband, we're athletes. We love sports, and so we're hoping our sons will pick up something like that. So our thing is more like, let's go outside and do something.
Yeah.
I think he might be girl crazy. We might have that going on.
Already, play.
4-year-old too, both of them. But I know what you're talking about, though. Working with junior high kids. That's my line of work, is education, and it's a lot of pressure. And even when they know it's not real, like we tell them, these people do not, like, a lot of this is not real. Trust me.
You got to turn it all the way off.
You're taking the filter already. Like, that's your proof right there. Like, people are already altering how they look on camera.
I was tripped out the game when I seen magazines. When I first found out about airbrush, I was like, and then I think I seen J-Lo. I was young because I used to get my hair braided as a little girl. And I seen J-Lo had Spanx. I was like, wait, so you mean so like none of this shit is, so nobody's real in this.
Right.
Nobody. Like,
you know what's real? My music video, you see all that thigh, that's real. It feels better. Brandy, if you ever see that video, you're going to see a lot of brown thigh. That's real. No airbrush.
What's the name and where can we find it?
You're going to see the mama legs.
There it is.
It feels better. Some of us is, we need some of us out there that's just, we like, I do like, makeup and, it does something to your face. It does soften it. There's certain things I'm cool with, but the other stuff, I ain't got time, honey.
Man, honestly, it's so funny because I used to live and breathe by it, boy. And now it's like, man, I don't think I've been on a date this year I guess it's just this year.
Look at Swivel, you like, oh Lord.
But where it's like, I have been able to get pampered. All these niggas catching me, I'm like, damn, I was trying to get sexy for you, but I guess this is what you get. Hey, how you doing? But let me just say, is the kids out of the room?
They ran. I'm gonna lock my door.
Okay, so never mind. I'm not saying that. I'm not doing it.
Hold that thought.
He got some kids with him too. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
I like grown-up conversation. Where are we going?
So I'm gonna say this edited. This is my real belief system. I've been telling friends for the longest. Okay. When like the guy, like when I said he didn't have no, I really don't. He has like, if he dropped his pants, he has a full-on vagina. Like he doesn't have one. It's not. And then the women that they be going through this like, oh, that all of that, they don't have no good. They don't. It's an actual potato down there. Like it's just it's the kind where you sit it out too long and they start to grow those arms. Like,
what is happening?
I'm just saying, like, so whenever you see somebody and they come at you, be like, oh, you don't have no, oh, I get it, you don't have no, I get it. It makes perfect sense.
I'm gonna just say potato and it's gone. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The potatoes is they everywhere.
I told you, Lisah, she got no filter. She'll.
I'm gonna text you my phone number.
Yes.
Talk shit with Lisah.
Keep this going.
This is the most I've seen Swivel talk, though. This is the most. I mean, amongst him and I, this is the most.
Oh, good. Yeah. I'm glad you got to get in on this. Swivel's hilarious. He just thinks a lot, so it takes a little bit to get it out.
That and I'm like you, Lisah. Like I'm more laid back and real calm. Like, it's only like in certain situations where I know I gotta let the personality out. So
right.
Otherwise, I'm chilling.
Swivel, first of all, him and Wave Cap Johnny on the jokes, like, cause they've been knowing each other for forever. Like, they be coming left field with some things. You got to be like, so what does that mean? And then they'll be like, bruh. And they start telling you the story. You be like, y'all lucky it wasn't no social media back then. Y'all are lucky.
I know, right? You know what? Now that you mention that, I don't know if you've seen it, Swivel, but I did because I came from 2 hip hop groups. So I was in this group called the Mathematics. And it was me and 3 dudes.
Okay.
And this was like maybe 15 years ago, I want to say. But we've been out of touch. Like me and Smoke are the only ones that really stayed in close contact. And then, so anyway, we reconnected and I did a live with all of us and we was listening to Digging in the Crates together. So I got the whole crew together.
Oh, nice.
And we did that thing. And we were talking about it. And it's like, when we were a group, we were performing all the time. And we had so much music. And I'm like, if social media was around back then, I think we would have blown the fuck up. Like pictures, we had every single thing you could possibly need except for good management. Except for somebody to take us to that next level. And I'm just thinking, man, what if social media was around back then? Like we would be popping, like for real.
Yeah.
Man,
I would have been in jail. Like I'm not even about to play the shit I was into. I would have been caught up 3, 4, 5 times in a pretzel. Like I wouldn't. I'm glad it wasn't a rap.
No, I don't see you like that.
Huh?
I don't see you like that.
Yeah, no, not at all. Who, me? Oh no, not her.
Not that little muffin, not her.
No way. Does she even know how to yell? I don't even think she knows how to yell.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I mean, we definitely would. We'd have to have you back on, Lisah, when Foz and Tiana are able to be here, because this interview's been great as it is. Like the energy's been amazing. So I can only imagine when we get the other 2 co-hosts involved, they're just like how much.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Even going into it, could you guys just be in the studio or?
Yeah, and I mentioned that when we met at the Raw stream, like we normally try to do these in person. Obviously with the whole COVID lockdowns is what it is now, but for sure, like we definitely have to do this once again very soon. So do me a favor and hit everybody once again, like with your website, your social medias real quick and all that good stuff.
So everybody, again, it's Lisah, aka She's Dope. You can put me in Google. Yes, you can Google me. Yes, honey. LISAH MONAH. But my website is lisahmonah.com. As you can see, Brandy got the picture popping. That's the home page.
Yeah.
You can check out my catalog, everything I put out. Things that's current, things from the past, videos. If you're shopping for beats, hit that beat section. Pick through them beats. I got some fire ones on there. I don't keep all the good beats for myself, like Kanye. But definitely tap in with me and check out the new album, The Most Famous Unknown. I produced it from top to bottom, and trust me, it's off the chain.
There it is. Really there. Is. Thank you once again. This has been an absolute pleasure, and open door policy. Like you're more than welcome anytime to be on the Kickback Show. Would love to have you. Do me a favor and pick a record for us to go out with. What's the last record off the album you wanna go out with?
We're gonna go out. Let's put on "Can't Touch Me" with Deltron Black.
Okay.
Let's knock it out the park real quick.
As we should. There it is there.
Definitely.
All right, y'all. This is the Kickback Show. DJ Swivel on Twitter, Swivel on Instagram, SWIVLL, and she is...
I am Organic Blackberry. Tastes like it sounds, sound like it tastes. Follow me on the Kickback Show.
There it is there. The Kickback Show, thekickbackshow.com. Lisah, once again, thank you very much.
Thank you guys too for really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure. All right, y'all. We'll see you next time. Peace.
For new and exclusive music, listen to the Kickback Show.
Let me see your hands up. Tryna got me made a mansion. Don't pay the most attention. You focus on your income, then next your shit together and together anthem. Shit together anthem. Then this show shit together anthem.